Tango down.
For today's lesson on Tango down, we're on the map Berlin Wall. Now pinned down pretty bad. I think I got him.
Enemy spy plane incoming.
Alright, so for today we're going to be analyzing the map Berlin Wall. It's one of the new maps from the First Strike map pack. So if you haven't bought it already, you guys should go out and do it. There's some really great maps on this new map pack. To start off, I'm going to say this is a mid-range map. I would go for an assault rifle. I would not go too close range because there's a lot of great points in this map to hold, so I'd go for medium to slightly longer range. I would avoid sniper rifles. The Commando is a great weapon for this map. This point right here, this garbage can, gives a lot of cover. Any of these green garbage cans that you see, they're made of metal, so they can take some damage, and they are just perfectly high enough for if you crouch, you'll be fully covered. These little medians right here, these little concrete barricades, are also really nice. I always stick to the very sides of the map, the very edges. I never work my way through the middle because there are too many points where you can get flanked by. So I would stick to the edges of the map, especially these long sides. The map is kind of a mirror image of itself. In terms of cover, it's pretty equal on both sides. I really like this map because the layout of all the cover and the little medians and barricades is really well thought out. It's a lot of fun to play. It's a lot of fun to work your way around these corners and walls. Most of the fighting always goes on these sides, this side right here, and on the opposite side of the map to my right, that side, and there's also a middle entrance, which I'll show you later on in the video. My main strategy for this map would be to pick a direction and work my way through along the sides all the way throughout the map, pretty much making circles in the map, killing everyone I encounter. It depends on where they spawn though, because if they spawn behind me, I'll stop and go the other direction, but that's pretty much my strategy. I will work my way around in a big circle on the very edges of the map. This map is a lot of fun on domination because the middle is usually under constant fire, but if you can hold the two sides, which I love to do, you can win the game pretty easily. Right now, I'm on the more vulnerable side of this long alleyway right here, so I want to try to get into position. There's another one of those green garbage cans that I told you about. I'm going to go up here and use it for cover for a second. Now we're on the opposite alleyway of where I started off in the beginning of the game. From right here, you can see straight into that window. This grass gives you a little bit of cover. That window right up there in the second story of the building, right next to A, where a lot of snipers like to hang out. This hallway also sees a lot of action. It's more advantageous to be on the side I am than coming out of the building because it's very clear when someone's standing in the doorway.
Losing Charlie.
These tanks give great cover, especially this corner right here. This corner, your head will be the only thing exposed, and just strafing to your right or crouching will completely cover you. And since the tank cannot be exploded and no bullets will penetrate through it, so it's great. I love it. And also works for the opposite direction. If you run over to this side again, I'll say that this car right here, if you crouch, the window will give you a little bit of tint, so it'll be harder for them to see you, and you can shoot them straight through the window without them knowing. It's great. I would recommend maybe destroying it if there's a lot of action coming towards your way, because they would throw a grenade and blow up the car, which would kill you. But for a quick kill or two, it's pretty much a guarantee that they won't see you before you see them.
Spy plane standing by. Our spy plane's in the air.
Oh, thought that guy was an enemy.
They destroyed your equipment.
This middle area right here on the factory side of B, I call it the broke down wall. You can work your way around these corners pretty well.
Friendly RCXD
B usually sees a lot of explosions and a lot of grenades, so I try to avoid as much as possible. But this wall right here gives great cover. You'd be surprised, since it's blown up in a couple different directions. Manipulating yourself around these corners works really, really well. People fall for it a lot of times.
Friendly spy plane
It's
inbound.
these walls I'm working.
B secure.
It's all about working those walls.
Our spy planes in the air. Build strong.
Also, if you jump up here and crouch, you can use the top of this tank as cover and get a lot of kills from people coming from that side of C. Many people won't notice you when you're up here,
Ready for deployment.
and it's a very, very easy way to escape. You can just run backwards and go down the long hall to your right. And you'd be surprised, especially if they're spawning on C, how
Securing B.
hard they'll try to push towards your location. If you can hold this well, you'll
Napalm strike
kill
coming
their
in.
entire team.
Napalm strike coming in. Plane inbound. Losing B.
Again, I try not to come to B very often, but when I do, I like to nade it, run by, kill a guy, but never stay on B unless you're really trying to fight and take it. I would honestly recommend letting the opponents have B and just capturing A and C.
Securing B.
If your opponents have A, this area right here is really nice since there's different levels of cover. There's this fence right here with the wood against it that you can shoot straight through. You don't have to crouch to have cover by it, and you can move yourself around. And there's also these sandbags in the middle where crouching or going prone will give you really nice cover. I like this area because you can switch it up on your guys that are coming up, especially if they're spawning on A. I do love shooting through windows.
SR-71 ready for deployment.
The fact that there is so many different points of cover, you can switch it up, change positions, and when your guys who you just killed respawn to come get you, you'll be in a different location, but in the same area. Also, when you're on this side of C,
Spy plane up. They are blind.
this building right here, the Schmet, which is a little bar,
Spy plane ready for
gives
deployment.
really nice cover. This table right here, if you crouch or go prone, you can shoot straight into the other doorway of the other building on the opposite side of the first entrance to B. And if you crouch, you can shoot straight into the window where the snipers usually are.
Friendly spy plane inbound.
As long as you claymore the door behind you, you can get a lot of kills in this
Spy
area.
plane above.
Alright, and that's it for our lesson on Berlin Wall. Remember to stick to the outside edges of the map. It's very important. You'll get a lot more kills and you will stay alive much longer. You can hold those points of cover and just watch long eye lines and points of interest. Remember to avoid the middle alleyway. It's pretty much a death trap. If I run by it, I'll usually throw a Semtex right in the middle, hopefully get a kill or two, but don't hold that point unless you're really trying to take B. And make use of all the really great cover on this map. It's one of my favorite maps because the cover varies in so many different ways, and there seems to be a good amount on each side since the map is mirrored image. Make use of all those different ranges from chest-high walls to full-length fences, and remember the cars can give you good cover just by shooting through the windows. And that's it for this lesson. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And check out all the other lessons from Tango Down. Thanks again.